Who's that? Who's that? Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of Before the Post. We have a very exciting race card to go through. It is the 2000 Guineas Day, and I am joined with the two experts, Shrikant, who's an ex-champion jockey, and Yazan, who's an ex-stipendary steward and handicapper. Okay, let's start with the first race of the day. The first race of the day is the Castle Bridge Trophy. This was a win. Castle Bridge was a winner of the 2000 Guineas, I think in 2017. But yeah, he is an ex 2000 Guineas winner. Guys, what are your thoughts on the first race? Who wants to go first?
There are what do you think?
8 runners in the race. It's a class 5 race. Out of all the races, this is the race which you can't really pinpoint on a particular horse and say it's going to definitely win, because they're all class 5 and they're not genuine horses who run the same every time.
Yeah.
But based on their previous performance, these two horses, Marlborough Man and Impulsive, these two have run a good second in their previous outing. Marlborough Man, with 5 kilo allowance, will be carrying only 51 and a half. So it'll be interesting with these two horses. What do you think, Yazan?
Yes, I agree with you. And there is a horse, Ashwa Ankara, but her ex name is what's in her name. She's had a trainer change recently. She can be right there up with them. She's performed more in Pune, but she likes this distance. So
Okay.
Marlboro Man, Impulsive, and Ashwa Ankara.
Okay, and Shrikant, you said that the in class 5, you don't really know with class 5 horses. Explain that a little bit. What does that mean?
Yeah, they are in class 5 because they're not like consistent, or they don't have the better ability. Some have horses mainly which have issues with behavior or like performance issues do race in class 5, and that to aged class 5 horses. These are the horses which have had enough chances to get out of class 5, but they're still there. That means um, yeah, it's they don't run the same every time. But we should go by the form for sure. So going by the form, these are the two horses. That is what I mean.
Okay. The second race of the day is the Synthesis Trophy, and that Synthesis was also a previous 2000 Guineas winner. Shrikant, what are your thoughts on race number 2?
Yeah, 3-year-olds. I love these races because they're very exciting to see new champions being made. Yeah, there are 12 runners in this race. One horse stands out in his race, that is All for Love. As we discussed last week, with I think this horse Foxy came out and won again. Okay, when we were discussing about Foxy, now All for Love ran second to Foxy by 2.5 lengths in a 5 furlong race, and also ran second to Pristine Glory. In turn, Pristine Glory is running in a 2000-meter race later in the day. So All for Love is the horse to watch out for in this race, and this is the horse if anybody has to beat. And I like this horse, Yazan.
Yes, I agree with you. And there is another interesting horse called Bravo Zulu. The bloodline is of Rock Bank. There's one horse which Prasanna has in Bangalore. So that line isn't bad. But yeah, I think they all have to take on All for Love, like you rightly said.
Yeah, I think All for
Yeah.
Love is the horse to watch out for. Tyra, what do you think? What do you think about Lucio, Tyra?
Yes, I was just gonna say that. I mean, I like Lucio. I like the dam. I mean, she was a very speedy horse herself. The sister of this horse is a class 1 horse, a winner in class 1, Baby Bazooka. And I mean, interesting. I mean, I think she also has a chance, but I do think they all have to beat All for Love.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Okay. And the third race of the day now is the PD Avasia Trophy over a distance of 1,200 meters. Shrikant, why don't you open?
Yeah, a while ago, me and Yazan, we were discussing, I think the E's with the 3-year-old E's got this. I mean to say, because all these top 3 horses are named E, starting with the letter E. I think these horses
Oh.
have got. Yazan, can you take us through the form?
Yes, so Esteban has won maiden in Pune, and then he's run a class 3 in Bombay. So he's running a class down. And Enforcer won his previous start after being gelded. So he should come up after that race as well. Eastern Monarch has been knocking on the door. He's had a run in Bombay as well. He's run fifth in a 7 furlong. And apart from these three horses, Enforcer's rated 37. So the fourth horse until the last horse, they're all rated 27 and below. So even rating wise, the top three horses should be right up there and should fight it out between them. But I would still give the edge to Esteban, and I think Shrikant will give the edge to Enforcer.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Eastern Monarch's fifth was not that impressive,
Yes.
but there is a 2.5 kilo allowance being claimed with Aditya.
Yeah.
So I think 1 and 3, that is Esteban and Enforcer, should fight it out with Eastern Monarch with a place chance here.
So, guys, I see that you guys like the top three, and you don't think that in this race the weights will be an issue with them three carrying the top weights. You still think that they three will fight it out. Why is that?
Because these three horses have been in form. The bottom horses are all at a rating of 27 and below. So if they run off board, of course they're going to be demoted in the lower class and they would stand a better chance over there.
Okay.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
also, the horse number 13 effectively will be carrying 44. I'm not sure if Omkar can do that weight.
And just for the people that don't know, how much of an advantage is it to be carrying so much less weight than their rivals?
As an ex-handicapper, Yazan should answer this. If
It does make a difference more so when you're receiving weight from the top weighted horses. Like if you're receiving more than 10 kilos, it makes a big difference because that's about 20 points.
Okay,
Okay,
guys,
let's go.
move on to the fourth race of the day. It is the beautiful Stranger Trophy. It is over a distance of 1,400 meters. This is a class 2 race. So, Yazan, would you like to start?
Yes, so the most interesting runner in the card is the only 3-year-old in the field. That's Red Bishop. After winning his maiden race, he's been running only terms races. So this is the first time he's running a handicap race. Me and Shrikant discussed earlier, it's quite surprising he's missed the guineas. He's not running in the guineas on this day. And his target after this race should be the Ruya Gold Cup. So he does stand out. He's won the Colts in Hyderabad. He's run second in the Hyderabad Derby, second in the Mysore Derby behind Miracle Star, and before that he's run second in the Hyderabad Derby to Mountain Jewel just by a neck.
Hmm.
So it'd be quite interesting to see how he runs in the handicap.
Absolutely.
But again, yeah, sorry, you can go ahead, Shrikant.
Yeah, Red Bishop, I think he's been rested and he's come back running the 7 furlongs all the way from the Derby distance. I think, as you mentioned, I agree with you on the next race. This is a lead up to Ruya Gold Cup for sure. But talking about the other runners in this race, I think Ultimo,
Yes,
though carrying the top weight, I think has a great chance in this race. Has been running really good races. Ran uh,
second to Finn
second to
Boss.
Finn Boss. So based
Correct.
on that, that too by 1 3/4 lengths. Based on that, I think Ultimo stands a better chance in this race. Also, there are other really good horses,
It's quite a
such as
competitive field.
Opus Day has been knocking on the door with 2.5 kilos off, 48 and a half on the back. Stands a great chance with being drawn one. Um, I think this is a pretty open race, I would feel.
Yes, there's another horse who's been in form is Karamosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite a competitive race. So it would be interesting to see how Red Bishop takes on these experienced horses.
Yeah. Personally, I think this is too short for Red Bishop. I definitely think this is to get him fit for the upcoming group races. He is a classy horse, but I do think the distance is a bit short for him. I like Scaramouche. I thought his last win was very, very impressive. He's carrying 53 kilos and he has a good, very good jockey on board. I like Scaramouche in this race, and I think Ultimo also. I like them too.
Do not ignore Opus D as well.
Okay, yes, especially with the 2.5 kilos off. Okay, now we come to the fifth race of the day. This is a baby race. It's a juvenile race for 2-year-olds only. It's called the Fez Jazdanwala Trophy, over a distance of 1,200 meters. Guys,
Yeah, only Invictor has had a run.
And that was disappointing, as Yazan was mentioning that there was some equipment malfunctions. The bit had come off to the one side
Yes,
with some bridle
yes.
problems.
The
Uh,
Stein report says that the bit had was observed to have shifted to one side. So the rider couldn't do justice and couldn't ride out his mount.
yeah. Overall, I think looking at these juvenile races, I think the bloodline and the track work are the two most important things that will come. Also, the third thing which I would like to mention is how they look in the paddock. Like, have they been stripped fit? I think that matters a lot. And a- as usual, me and Yazan, we were discussing about the bloodline of these horses. Both horse number 1 and horse number 8 of the same colors. I think that bloodline is really, really good. You're going through all the achievements of that bloodline, and it was really impressive. Yazan.
Yes, yes. Hermanus, like you said, is by Almanzor. That's also the first foal in India. And for me, the most interesting bloodline is the bottom horse, Zinel. She's out of Sioux Nation, who's a top class sprinter
Well, she's by.
and was the busiest stallion of Coolmore in the year 2025. If the public wants to read more about that, we can, put up the article in our comments or on your Insta page, Tyra. We could do that.
Absolutely. That
Yeah,
would
So
be
I
helpful.
find Zinel's pedigree the most interesting because it's more like a sprint pedigree.
yeah. And
Yeah,
Suno.
they're
Sorry.
fast horses.
And to add to that, another decent line is Rambo. The connections had the same pedigree and it was named Rambler. So they've named this one Rambo. And this is the ninth foal. So all 8 foals before this one have been winners. So that's another impressive line as well.
Also, Lorenzo, Dali, Soak. The
Yes, you've got that diff line coming in as well.
Yeah, diff line is coming, but I think the
Yeah,
distance um,
might
might
be
might
sharp.
take and would take a little while to
Yeah.
mature. Also, I
And
feel.
and Invictor, which we mentioned, has had one run, but the rider couldn't do justice, is also a colt out of Blue Point. Blue Point, so that's Blue Point's first runner in India as well. And Blue Point has had a couple of performers in UK as well.
Yeah, very good ones. He had the 2,000 guineas in Rosalian, the Irish
Yes.
2,000 guineas in
So
Rosalian, and he's turning out to
you've got some good pedigrees there.
indeed to send.
What are your thoughts, Tyra, on your favorite baby race?
I love Blue Point as a stallion. I think he's really up and coming. I mean, he's already proven himself, but
Okay.
first run was not impressive. But you're saying that there was an equipment problem, so we don't know. And first runs are always not something to go off of because things can go wrong, and it's their first time.
And
Ha-
to add on to that, I think the jockeys matter a lot when for the horses first run always, because it's an educational run, and that is when horses pick up a lot of habits and form their careers in racing. The first run is very important. Out of all the lot over there, I like CS Jodha, what he does with the horses. He's very subtle. He puts his hands down. He takes good care of the horses, even in the gates and everything while jumping out. he's got good hands in baby races. Yeah, I cut you off, Tyra. You can continue with the.
Yeah, if we look at this at the fifth race, I'm a lover of pedigrees, and this is a very, very deep pedigree filled race. We have three Gotha broads, we have some very proven stallions in here and proven mares already. I mean, we have the sister of Thalassa running among many others. I do like the Pacey Schroff horses. I like with the same colors. I think the fact that Trevor has chosen Hermanus says something, because he would have to choose between Hermanus and Zanel. So maybe number one is a little bit more fit. But yeah, so that is, I don't know. I think we'll have to see what they look like in the paddock. Interestingly, Sioux Nation was a very, very good 2-year-old himself. He's a grade one winning 2-year-old. And I mean, that also matters for horses that mature younger. So I think both these, I like 1 and 8. But obviously all of them are superbly bred. So I think we'll just have to wait and see.
I think everybody will have to see what would be the pick of the paddock.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the sixth race. This is the PD Avasia Trophy, but Division 1 this time. Shrikant, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, coming to this race, I think again it is a class 4 race, 6 furlong race. The 3-year-olds have it covered here, is what I think. Heaven's Rhythm and Akitania, these are the two horses which stand out for me. Akitania ran third in the previous outing. That was a 5 furlong race in class 4 by 1.5 lengths. So I
Yep.
think Akitania stands a good chance. And then Heaven's Rhythm, also a speedy horse, won the 5 furlong race. In the same race, Akitania ran third, carrying 59, with Heaven's Rhythm carrying 52 and a half. So this time out, they're running 200 meters more. But the best part is the weight difference is about 2 kilos between 1.5 kilos between Akitania and Heaven's Rhythm. I think these are the two horses.
Yes, and like you said, Akitania has also got a jockey change this time. He's got David Allen up on him. So it would be interesting to see. And
On
it's a
her.
reverse handicap with Heaven's Riddle.
Yeah, yeah,
Another horse which is also there, I feel, is Your for Fame. The name and the trainer has been changed recently. So this horse has been switched from Altamash Emma to PS Chauhan. And he has won in his first outing with PS Chauhan itself in Pune last time. So he must have, so she must have come up from that run as well.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we could go with Akitania. Evans Rhythm is a complete reverse handicap. So we would see how they run, and Your for Fame.
yeah.
Yep.
Tyra.
Tyra?
Well, I thought Heaven's Rhythm, it looked like she had finally found something in the last race. I thought that was a bit impressive. But I still think, in the book, Akitania's day's best. And in this race, I think they have to beat Akitania.
Yeah. Not that, and also she's drawn 12. I think in Bombay it doesn't matter. The draw doesn't matter that much compared to Pune. Pune track is completely different from Bombay. You will have to fight for the initial positioning. But in Bombay, any horse from anywhere they can come because of the long straight and the shoot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, that was the sixth race of the day. 13 runners there. There are actually a lot of runners today. A very competitive card with 10 races and like 110 horses. But now we move on to the seventh race of the day. That is the Gracia Saldana Memorial Million. So a race with a little bit more prize money. Well, not a little bit, quite a lot more prize money. And it is a 2,000-meter race. Yazan, take it away.
So in the seventh race, we've got 10 runners, out of which we have 4 runners from the same stables. That's from the yard of Pacey Shroff. He's got four runners: Kinke, Eagle Day, Bugatti, and Teopolo. So Kinke looks the most interesting out of the four because he's won the Independence Million in Pune, and after that he's won again a Class 3 in Pune over 2,000 meters. And when he won the Independence in Pune, it was after quite a long layoff. Before that, he had won in Chennai. So he's won three on the trot, and he's bred really impressively. He's multitude out of Women of War, which is a very good line. Out of the other three runners of from the same yard, Teopolo had won last time, but he was brought down in the objection. So that's another horse to watch out for. He's of course out of Jacqueline, who's a multi-classic winner. And another horse I would consider in this race, like me and Shrikant discussed earlier, was Pristine Glory, a winner last time in his previous start, and he would relish the two furlongs more. He's won a mile last time, and he's carried 59 and one last time, so he's carrying 50. So she's at a better advantage this time. She's won carrying 59, and she's going to be carrying bottom weight this time. So she could trouble the top weighted lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, Yazan. In a class 3 race, running a 2000-meter race with a 22-point handicap. Yes, previously the horses have come out and done that, but
Yeah,
giving weight to a 3-year-old, it will be a little difficult because 11 and
yes,
a half kilos is a lot to carry on the back in a 2000-meter race. And then about Eagle Day, I think the run is too quick. Though it is from a mile to 2000 meters this time out. I think
agreed.
Eagle Day ran the week before,
And the week
ran
before
second.
that.
It was yeah, yeah, absolutely, and
Yeah.
a week before that. So I think running a 2000-meter race back to back, it might be a tough ask. Tia Polo, yeah, will come into contention. That line, I used to love that horse. Witness that horse racing. Richard Hughes riding Jacqueline. That used to be a feast for the eyes. Yeah, to summarize, I think the bottom weighted Pristine Glory has to beat King K, the top weighted horse. In between these two would be Tiapolo.
Yes. It would be interesting to see how Bugatti also fits in the lot because he's also out of Moonlight Romance and of
Yeah,
course one of the best
absolutely.
sires multi-dimensional, and he's always performed over longer distances.
Yeah, sure.
So
Interesting.
it would be interesting to see which cap color turns out to be the best out of the four,
Yeah.
or if Pristine Glory takes them all out.
I know.
You want to say anything about King K being
Well,
Ocean Murphy's first try this year in Bombay
Deja
before?
vu from last year. He came for the 2000 guineas last year to ride
Yes,
Santissimo, and he was successful with that campaign.
yes.
yes, yes.
So I like Pristine Glory. I obviously also like the top weighted King K, but I think Pristine Glory has the most scope to improve if she does improve, and I think the connections are targeting the Oaks and the Derby. So if she runs well here, I think we will see her in those races as well. And yeah, I think like with the weight, I think she has a very good chance. But I also think this is an open race, and I do think it's between Pristine Glory. I agree with you guys completely on that. Pristine Glory and one of the Pacey Shroff horses. Okay, guys, now we move on to the most exciting race of the day, which is the 2000 guineas over a distance of 1600 meters. Shrikant, why don't you start?
Yeah, unlike the 1000 guineas, how we discussed the week before, this is a much more interesting one. We have a lot of horses which come into contention in different ways. I think it is not possible to compare these forms because it's not the same metric for each horse. Each horse is coming from a different path. coming into this race. Starting off with Bechimo, I was very impressed when I witnessed Bechimo win the first time out in Bangalore, drifting off the to the sand track. Wasn't even in
Yes.
the pictures. Only the judge had to announce that Bechimo had won the race. That was an interesting race. Bechimo did really well after that. And then coming to Bombay, the class 3, 40 to 66 mile race, won comfortably by 3 and a quarter lengths with A Sandesha stride. So going by that, I think BHMO stands a pretty good chance in this race. What about Big Bay, Yazan?
Big Bay has also won his last start beating Eagle Day. He's won a Class 3 7 furlong, but he's got horses to take on. He's got horses to take on. Like you rightly said, Bechimo is there. Bechimo has won his last start very impressively. I think a mile might be sharp, but he's one of the contenders, but he would always relish the longer distances. He will have a go at the Ruya and the Derby, definitely
Okay.
after this. But he's got to take on Zacharias, of course, who won the Pune Derby going away. And you've got Ocean Murphy come down, particularly for this colt. So he's a serious contender. And another horse which is very interesting and has always been in form is Sovereign King. Sovereign King has unfortunately not run during the Pune season or the Bombay season. His last run was in the Bangalore Derby, where he was slowly off. And I'm to understand if he was not slowly off, he would have run a much better race that day. He had a mock race in the last day of Pune and in Bombay as well. So he's a serious colt, and he's one of the best looking 3-year-olds as well of this crop.
Yeah, to add on to that, I think he won the Bangalore Colts pretty
Yes,
impressively. Though it was a
yes.
close finish, he
His
was
turn of foot,
turn
yes,
of foot was really
was
impressive.
scintillating. Yeah, yes. It's also interesting to see that we've got only one filly, that's Namiri. She's out of Oomph. It's quite interesting as to how she's been put in front of the Colts. So she's only won a class 4 last time. That was
Yeah,
impressive.
very impressive. 6.5 lengths. I think the
Yeah.
connections are thinking very highly of her.
Yes.
So only they're, I think, campaigning in this
Yeah. So it would
length.
be interesting to see how she runs against the boys. But yeah, for me, it would be the two Adiraj horses, Bechimo and Sovereign King. And to take them on, of course, you have Zacharias. We've
Also,
got,
we
yeah,
have an unbeaten horse
Western Star.
in this race, but
Yes.
the distance would be the only question I feel
Yeah. If he
because
gets the
Western,
mile or no.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
a pretty speedy one. I think he's gonna be up there. It's gonna be an interesting race. Also, we can add more light to Giacomo. Even Giacomo has not done anything wrong. Ran third in that to Finn Boss
Win
by
boss.
1 and 3/4 lengths. Yeah, in that class 2 race where Finboss came out and won. So will be interesting. Might be adding into the mix. So I think this is going to be a very interesting race. It'll be more tactful.
Yes. I think challenge accepted is going to be more of a pacemaker for the two Adiraj horses. And then we can see how it pans out. What do you think, Tyra? Have you any? What are your picks apart from Bechimo, Zacharias, and of course Sovereign King? What do you think about Namiri? Or you have another horse in the field?
I think that, well, I think obviously the connections think very highly of her. Trevor's riding, they're taking a chance against the boys after winning a class 4 race. I think that she hasn't seen class yet. I mean, who she beat in that class 4 race, she didn't really beat anything behind her. Um, But obviously, if you're coming from that stable, you can never write them off. Zacharias, I've heard a lot of people talking about Zacharias. I mean, Zacharias beat Beishimo in the Pune Derby, but Beishimo had a very bad start and lost lengths at the start. I think Beishimo's lead up race was very impressive. I I like Sovereign King. I think he's a run short. But yeah, I don't think there's anyone out of who you've mentioned. I don't see anyone else coming and winning this. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, and I think, I mean, Western Star is unbeaten, so we don't actually know how good he is. I always think, like, I mean, a horse is never, like, he's never lost, so we don't know. Yes, I think that the question has to be answered about the distance for Western Star and for Big Bay. But I mean, Big Bay
Mm-hmm.
is a winner on the Mumbai track of a Group One, in the beginning of the year.
Tyra, like you said, when Namiri has won Class 4, I think the last horse who has won the Guineas after winning a Class 4 was Mrs. Patmore from the same yard. She
And
had
I
won
also,
a Class 4 and
sorry,
then she had beaten Hall of Famer in the 1,000 Guineas.
I do
That was
remember
a
that.
very interesting race.
I think another one was La Rondine, who came out and
La
won the
Rondine.
1,000 guineas after. So yeah, so it is possible from that stable, anything is possible. But I still think, I mean, it's between the boys. I think I really like
Yes, La
Sovereign King.
Rondine. Yes, Mrs. Patmore and La Rondine.
Yes.
Correct.
But yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I think Zacharias has also been improving with every single run. Um, it will be a very
Yes.
competitive race, and for racing,
He might be in a different class altogether. The way he
yeah,
won the Pune Derby was very impressive.
yes, that is very true. And Oisin Murphy's down to ride him. I mean, I think for every racing fan, this is going to be a very, very, very exciting race. And even if you're not a
It
racing
would be
fan,
interesting to see how they would look in the paddock as well.
yes, indeed. Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to add about the big race of the day?
Nothing.
How do you win the 25 lakhs? So we come down to the ninth race of the day, the Gulam Hussein Saji Trophy, run over a mile, class 4 for horses rated 20 to 46. Shrikant, what are your views on this race? We've got 15 runners. It's the biggest field of the day.
Yeah, 15 runners. I like horse number 9, Kachini, because I'm leaning a little towards that horse because Kachini is out of Forever Glory.
Yes.
I won the Hyderabad Oaks on Forever Glory, so I have a soft spot towards this horse. So, and also coming into this race with 2 runs, ran third in a mile race to King's Gambit.
Yes.
Based
Last
on
Bombay.
that, not only the soft spot, she stands a pretty good chance in this race. And like her mother, Forever Glory, the whole line of the Al Nasar Al Washiq, they take a while to mature and they come late into the winter season and they shine.
Okay. The only disadvantage I think she has is that she's running after Feb.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so she skipped the Pune season. But yeah, she's bred well and she's had a decent run. So she could be right there as well.
yeah.
Apart from her, I think
Giant
we've
Gold,
got
Giant
Giant
Gold,
Gold, yes.
drawn
Giant
right
Gold
next to
and
Kachini.
yes, Giant Gold and Brasilia ran together last time. I
Mm-hmm.
think there was a difference of only half a kilo. And this time Giant Gold has Anthony Raj on. So he's reversed in the scales with a better jockey. So those three horses should make it in this race.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think these are though it's a big field, I think we can zero it down to these 3 horses. Wouldn't you agree, Tyra?
I think it's an open race. We'll see. I also like Looking Like a Wow. I thought he was impressive in his 2 wins in Pune, but he's again on top weight, but he's taking 5 kilos off. I don't know. I think I honestly, I'm not sure. I think it's an open race, this race.
Yep. But I feel they all have to beat Giant Gold, like Srikant mentioned. I agree with him on that.
I just have a question. Why do you guys like Giant? Just to explain, why do you guys like Giant Gold over Brasilia in this race?
Because Giant
Wait,
Gold, the weight, Giant Gold was carrying 52 and a half after claiming 2.5 kilos allowance, and Brasilia was carrying 52. So he was giving Brasilia only half a kilo and got beat
and
by 2 lengths.
also Anthony Raj and
Yeah,
I
so
think
jockey
Adi.
changed. So
Yeah.
this time the difference is that Brasilia would be giving Giant Gold 2.5 kilos
Okay.
rather than him receiving half a kilo like last time. And with a better jockey like Srikant mentioned, so it could go close between both of them again.
Giant Gold will have an edge.
Well, I have a different opinion. I think that Brasilia can defy the handicap. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think he won quite impressively. And I think they will fight it out again. And I think Brasilia can find himself on top again.
Caccini as well. We'd like to see how she runs.
Yeah. Especially because Karthik did that with Pristine Glory, where the horses weren't, he didn't really run his horses in Pune, and then he's coming out and winning with like Pristine Glory in Bombay. So we'll see how she looks in the paddock. That will be interesting. Okay, guys, the last race of the day. This is race number 10 over 1400 meters. It is the Synthesis Trophy Division 2, 3-year-olds only, maiden 3-year-olds only. So horses that have never won a race. Who'd like to start?
Srikant, yeah, what are your thoughts on this
Uh,
race?
Horse number 9, Faye, out of all the other horses, had a decent run in class 4 to Enforcer, though
Mhm.
ran about 5 and 3/4 lengths behind Enforcer. So looking at that, ran behind Lucio and all the other horses. So I think Faye is what I'm looking at. I think she's primed very well to come into this race. If I have to
Okay.
talk about another horse contesting against, I mean, would give run for the money for Faye, would be Aeon Flux.
Okay.
Uh, Ran in Pune, no run in Bombay, but ran behind Foxy. So if we take the Foxy line, though 10 and 3/4 lengths in the Panchsheel Million, I like this Foxy line. I've been comparing that throughout the day for other
Yes.
horses too. So All for Love, Foxy, and stuff. So on that, I think I like these two horses. What do you think, Yazan?
So yes, it is an open race, but Renault
Uh, Yeah.
is a brother to Duke of Tuscany, and he's been running in Bangalore. He's had one run in Pune, but he's run 14 lengths behind the winner. He's run last. But
Yeah, Renoir is sparingly raced. That is why I'm not giving much of a
yeah,
chance in this race. What
and
about
another,
horse number 1,
yes, I was just going to
Tyra?
speak about that. I was just going to
Bezalel,
speak about,
bred really well. Excellent art out
yes,
of track race.
yes, and he's had a trainer change, and he's also had a mock race. He's run second to Miss American Pan mock race. And the trainer change. He's gone from Karthik to PS Chauhan, and he's got Sandesh on top of him. So it'll be interesting to see how he runs.
What do you say, Tyra?
Well, I agree. I think everyone has to beat number one at 59 kilos. He has he ran a very impressive mock race. I like Golden Heart. She ran in Pune and after a setback, and she ran a pretty decent race. Um and yeah, I think she can be right there as well, but I do think that they all have to beat Bezalel. And obviously Nicolini being the Jacqueline baby, I have a soft
Yes.
spot for anything to do with Jacqueline. So, and being from the stable of Pacey Shroff, we never know with that. So I like these three horses: Golden Heart, Bezalel, and
Okay.
Renoir.
And just to add another horse to them, there is also American Eagle, Aditya Vaidande, 50 and a half. Would be interesting to see where he fits in.
Yeah, overall, I think to summarize, this race is the most open race I feel, because we've got an array of like about 6 or 7 horses we have discussed in this race, and we
Yeah.
don't know how it pans out. It'll be an interesting one to end the day.
So yeah, so all the best to everyone, Tyler.
Yeah,
It's
I
quite a competitive card.
it is indeed. Lots of horses, lots of exciting racing, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. We will see you guys next week for another Before the Post episode. See you
Bye
next.
bye. See you. Thank you guys. See you all next week. Tyler, you need
Oh.
to do that.